Hello. This is how to heal your nervous system after spiritual awakening. This is 5 somatic practices. So, if you have had a spiritual awakening and thought, why do I feel more anxious, raw, or unstable than before? This video is definitely for you. Nobody warned you that awakening doesn't just open your mind, it floods your nervous system. You're not broken, you're not regressing. Your body just hasn't caught up to what your awareness now sees. Today, I'm going to explain why spiritual awakening dysregulates the nervous system, and I'll walk you through 5 somatic practices so that you can stabilize, ground, and feel safe again. And do this without numbing yourself or shutting your awakening down. So, why an awakening can dysregulate the nervous system? Spiritual awakening often removes familiar identities, meaning structures, emotional defenses, and illusions of control from the nervous system's perspective. This can feel like everything I relied on just disappeared. Even if your mind understands what's happening, your body doesn't speak philosophy. It speaks safety, threat, and regulation. So, after awakening, many people experience anxiety or panic without a clear cause, emotional overwhelm or numbness, insomnia or exhaustion, a sense of being too open or unprotected. And this isn't spiritual failure, it's a biological response to the rapid change. Healing here doesn't come from more insight, it comes from working with the body directly. So, the first practice I'd like to talk about is orienting to safety. So, when the nervous system is overwhelmed, it loses its sense of present moment safety. And this practice is simple but powerful. So, look around your space slowly and name 3 things you can see, 2 things you can hear, and 1 thing you can physically feel. And as you do this, say internally, right now, I am safe. You're not trying to convince yourself of anything, you're updating your nervous system with current reality. So do this especially when you feel disassociated, panicked, or overstimulated. And the second practice I'd like to discuss is slow, extended exhale breathing. Most awakened people are unintentionally stuck in sympathetic activation, even if they feel calm mentally. So try this. Inhale through the nose for 4, exhale through the mouth for 6 to 8. The long exhale tells your vagus nerve we're not in danger. Do 2 to 3 minutes at a time. More is not better. Consistency is. If you feel emotional release or tears, that's regulation, not collapse. The third practice would be grounded weight and pressure. Now, awakening often pulls energy upward into thought, intuition, or sensitivity. So the body needs downward pressure to feel safe again. So some examples would be use a weighted blanket, maybe sitting with your feet flat on the floor, gentle self-hug or hand on chest and belly, slow body weight movements, squats, maybe wall sits, because pressure creates containment, not suppression. And containment is what allows awakening to integrate. The pendulation, I can't say that right. This practice teaches your nervous system that intensity can be visited and left. And how that works is notice a neutral or pleasant sensation, maybe warm hands or a solid chair. Gently notice a difficult sensation, a tight chest, maybe restlessness. Move your attention back to the neutral sensation. You're not diving into trauma, you're teaching flexibility. Awakening becomes overwhelming when the system loses flexibility. Another practice would be rhythm and repetition. So the nervous system heals through predictable rhythm. And this might look like daily walks at the same time, maybe simple repetitive movements, humming, chanting, or maybe some slow music, eating and sleeping at consistent times. Because awakening often shatters structure, but the body needs structure to feel safe again. This isn't regression, it's integration. So what to do after awakening? So we need to avoid chasing constant intensity, trying to stay open at all costs, bypassing your body in favor of insight, maybe isolating yourself completely. Awakening isn't meant to float above life, it's meant to land inside of it. If your nervous system feels overwhelmed after awakening, it doesn't mean something went wrong. It means something real happened. Healing now isn't about underdoing your awakening, it's about giving your body the support it never needed before. Go slowly. Regulation first, expansion follows naturally. If this resonated, sit with it. If not, you don't need to fix yourself. You need to befriend your nervous system. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. If this did resonate, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Help me to get this word out and help people to get more nervous system regulation.